Hi everyone! You know this? You can find it everywhere, right? Today I am going to make muffins, but it's not just any muffin. It will be Nutella muffin. This is one of the fast treats to make. It will take less than an hour or even less than 30 minutes. Also, the ingredients are very simple. So, if you like Nutella and you are not gluten-free, then you will love this treat. Alright, so we're gonna start by preparing our muffin tin here. Okay, I have sprayed my muffin tin with canola oil, but if you wanna line it with muffin liners, go ahead. My family likes the muffins to be crusty on the side instead of let it stick on the muffin liners. So that's why I do not use the muffin liners. Now, we're gonna start with mixing the dry ingredients. For the dry ingredients, we're gonna use all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And as always, I like to sieve my flour. Although this flour is already pre-sifted, I know, but I always sieve it again. So 1 cup and half. Oh, I'm also preheating my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And beside the flour, I'm gonna need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We don't need baking soda here, okay? Just baking powder. Only 2 teaspoons. And then half teaspoon of salt. And sieve them together. Okay, now I'm gonna add sugar. I'm using granulated sugar here. I'm gonna use less than 3/4 because remember I'm gonna add Nutella later, and Nutella is so sweet already. So I'm gonna use between half cup to 3/4 cup of sugar, all right? And then just mix these dry ingredients together. Put it aside. Okay, now let's work on the wet ingredient. I have 1/3 cup of oil here. I'm using canola oil. You can use vegetable oil. And then I'm gonna break 1 egg into the measuring cup, okay? Okay, now I am going to add milk here. I'm using whole milk. I'm gonna add the milk into the same measuring cup and make it to 1 cup. All right, so that's why you want to use at least 1 cup of measuring glass here, so you can fit everything. So I'm gonna add the milk up to 1 cup. Alright, so it depends how big is your egg. If your egg is big enough, so you're adding around 1/3 cup of milk. But if your egg is kind of small, then you're adding a little bit more than 1/3 cup of milk. Mix this, whisk it all together, and bring back my dry ingredient here. That's my oven. And I will pour my wet ingredient into my dry ingredient. And remember what I said before? Once you combine your wet and dry ingredients together, you only want to mix it just until combined, okay? Not too long, Do not overmix it. By the way, if you want to use butter instead of oil, go ahead. You can melt the butter first. Okay, so I'm done mixing my mixture here, my batter. And now using my scooper, I'm gonna move the batter into the tin. So only 8 muffins. Now is to add the Nutella. I'm gonna use this scooper. This is actually 1 tablespoon of scooper. Depends how much Nutella do you wanna add. 1 tablespoon is enough, right? Put it in the middle. And for this last 2, I'm going to mix the Nutella with peanut butter. So I'm gonna put even less Nutella here to this 2 muffins. My husband likes peanut butter, so it's gonna make him happy. Okay. So 1 for me and 1 for him. All right, so you think it's done? The last step, we only need to swirl it. You can use your toothpick, you can use your skewer. I'm going to use my chopstick. So just swirl it. Okay. I'm done. Isn't it fast? I'm going to put this into the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 14 minutes first. Okay, and I'm going to check. Look at my Nutella swirl muffins here. Let me check. Okay, so my toothpick comes out clean. I don't see better, only a little crumb, which is fine. If you see the Nutella, then it's fine, okay? You just do not want to see the batter. All right, so I baked this for 17 minutes, by the way. All right, every oven is different, so you just have to recognize your own oven. You just have to check. So I'm gonna just let it sit inside of the tins for 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes. Let me check if my muffins settled already. They are. You see? Now they're easy to take out. And here comes my favorite part, testing the treat. This one is just the Nutella, no peanut butter. The texture of the muffin, it is soft, but the top here, where I swirl the Nutella, this is crusty, little crispy, and this is not too sweet. I have put just the perfect amount of sugar and the Nutella. I'm now going to try the one with Nutella and peanut butter. Nutella and peanut butter, what a great combination. I get the sweetness from Nutella and the saltiness from the peanut butter. It's just perfect. So if you're not allergic to peanut, you may want to try this combination, Nutella and peanut butter. It's just so good.